1968, you're also going to see the actual construction of the arch taking place, which began in 1961. Here you see them put in the very last piece at the top. Those windows you see there underneath there where they're walking, is where you guys are headed. That's where the observation area is. In addition to that, you're going to see them working on the legs of the arch, and you're going to see them putting in the very last piece at the top. We call that the keystone piece. That piece connected both of the legs of the arch, making the arch one complete unit. Excuse me. So that's why you're looking at this. I want to share this with you. The Gateway Arch stands in the center of the Gateway National Park. It was built in memory of Thomas Jefferson, our third president, the western expansion of the Louisiana Territory, and the thousands upon thousands of pioneers and settlers that traveled through St. Louis on their way to settle the Western Territory. Until Thomas Jefferson, our third president, made the Louisiana Purchase in 1803, the United States territory began on the east coast of the Atlantic Ocean and stopped right outside our door here on the east side of the Mississippi River. The United States territory did not cross the Mississippi River going westward until that historical land deal was made with France. Until then, all of this over here where we are now was owned by France and ruled by Spain. Even the territory where Texas is and the territory where California is, all of that was ruled by Spain. So when you get to the top and you're looking over the Mississippi River east to the other side, you're not only looking at the state of Illinois, you're looking at what used to be the western boundary of the United States of America. So guys, the Gateway Arch stands in the center of the Gateway National Park. Again, it was built in memory of Thomas Jefferson and the western expansion of Louisiana Territory and the thousands upon thousands of pioneers and settlers that traveled through St. Louis on their way to settle that territory. That is how St. Louis became known as the Gateway to the West. Also, during that time, because so many people passed through, some of the historical trails that we've read about in our history books began right here in St. Louis. For instance, the Oregon Trail, the California Trail, the Mormon Trail, the Santa Fe Trail. Those trails either started here in St. Louis or they are extensions of trails that started in St. Louis. So I can tell you right now, the Santa Fe Trail did not start in St. Louis. It is an extension of a trail that started in St. Louis. So guys, the legs of the Gateway Arch have 71 equilateral triangular sections. And on each leg has 71 triangular sections, and there are 18 stainless steel panels on each one of those triangular sections. The foundation of the arch goes down 60 feet below ground into bedrock. From 1961 to 62, the foundation was formed, and from 1963, February 12th, October 28, 1965, the legs of the arch were formed, and there are 71 equilateral triangular sections on each leg of the arch, and again, there are 18 stainless steel panels on each one of those triangular sections. 2 years later, we installed the tram system. You take you to the top, going up on the south tram. It was installed in 1968. However, prior to that, in 1967, we had installed the tram on the north leg of the arch, and it wasn't until we installed that tram that the public was finally allowed into the visitor center and to go to the top at a cost of $1. We paid $13 million to build the arch back then, folks. Today, you're talking about close to $200 million to do the same. So we've also put together a quick 2.5-minute video where we're going to take a quick step back into the decade of the 60s to take a quick look at the pop culture, technology, and people during the time this iconic structure was being built. So, upon completion of this video, we'll be on our way down to the loading zone. I hope you like it.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater.
And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
The bill that I am presenting to you will be known as a civil rights bill. Its object is to open the city of hope to all people of all races.
You tried 15 today?
Well, the parachute's ready and I'm ready and I'm not going to miss today.
I think you made your point, little finger. Thank you for the demonstration.
You are about to participate in a great adventure, which reaches from the inner mind to the outer ears.
Ladies and gentlemen, The Beatles.
And for the first time since 1946, the St. Louis Cardinals win the World Series.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
So the fight is over and Muhammad Ali is still world champion.
Our business is singing, and tonight we're gonna take care of business.
For those who think that the women's liberation movement is a joke, may I disabuse you of that notion.
Free at last! Free at last! Thank God Almighty! We are free at last!
All right, folks, so we're ready to head on down into the loading zone, but in order to make a smooth transition from here into the loading zone, I'm going to request that you line up on that back wall for me. Doesn't make any difference what order you're in, as long as you're with those that you came with. Also, folks, during the time parties been here, ladies and people in the past, we've given them an opportunity to take a souvenir photo to their experience here. This is just part of your tour. So Natasha here is going to take care of that. And as soon as she's through, we're going to head on down the stairs into the loading zone where I will retrieve your boarding passes and assign you to the car that corresponds to the number on your pass. Any questions? All right, folks, I'll see you in the loading zone.
Alrighty guys, hello and welcome once again to the Gateway Arch. I'm going to have you guys break off into your individual groups. Have these groups that are right on the screen here. I'm going to take one quick photo and then hand you the blue photo card so you can do your photo at the end of your tour. And then after your photo's done, I'll send you right on down.
Okay. So the tram has been making that noise since the first trip to the top in 1968, so please don't be concerned about that noise. However, once you hear that noise, 3 minutes later, the tram will be here, so I want to share a few safety tips with you so you know exactly what to do. So ladies and gentlemen, when the tram cars return, all of these doors are going to open at once. Please allow those exiting the tram cars to exit and travel up the stairway out of your pathway. And as soon as your pathway is clear, please feel free to enter. Please watch your heads about entering because the doors are only 4 feet high. In addition to that, we ask that you not take photographs upon entering and exiting the tram cars in order not to slow down the loading process. However, you may take all the photos you wish while you're standing here waiting for the tram cars to return. And as soon as your pathway is clear, please feel free to enter. Once you're in your tram car and you head on up to the top, you travel at about 4 miles an hour. It takes 4 minutes to get to the top. You may take all the selfies you want and travel on up to the top. Once you get to the top, guys, all of these doors are going to open at once. Please feel free to step right out. You do not have to wait for someone to direct you out of your tram car. You're going to exit to your left. Exit to your left and travel up the stairway into the observation area. Once you're there, you may remain as long as you wish or until the park ranger at the top directs you to do otherwise. When you are ready to return, it is first come, first served, so just let the tour guides know you're ready to go. They'll assign you a tram card. Before you know it, you'll be on your way back down. Tram leaves from the top every 10 minutes. So, once you return, you're going to return to this loading zone and head up those stairs and enter that lobby. Once you return to the lobby, you may remain as long as you wish, up until closing time, which is 6 o'clock. Also, if you're interested in learning more about Earl Cernan, who is the architect who designed the arch, as you walk out of the lobby and into the museum, immediately to your right is a whole section dedicated to Mr. Cernan and the Gateway Arch. Are there any questions? All right, folks. Again, my name is James. It's been my pleasure to share this portion of the tour with you. Please enjoy your trip to the top. Thank you very much.
It is even from the outside, it looks pretty wider than I think from a distance.
Yeah, I was only from far. I had to go over closer when I get down. So where are you guys from?
We're from Berwyn, Illinois, just outside of Chicago.
I'm from West Virginia right now.
Oh, okay.
She's a Californian transplanted from South Africa. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, Virginia's beautiful.
My ear pop.
big elevator.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a
The
ball.
first time I got it, I was like, really?
Yeah, it had me a little curious. I didn't think it was like a regular elevator shaft. I didn't know what to expect. To tell you the truth.
It's going to be a transporter like in Star Trek.
Oh, there's the stairs.
It doesn't seem like we're turning though, you know.
Like we're going straight.
It's sort of ratcheting us from one thing to another. Every time it rocks, you can feel it. I'm glad I don't have to hear those stairs.
I'm going higher than I'd like. I'm starting to feel nervous.
Breathe. It's okay. The view is worth it. That's right. And when you go to your meeting tonight, you can tell everybody that you climbed all the way up.
Yeah. Now it's slow down because we're almost on the top.
It is really strange though. It seems like we're going straight up. It doesn't seem like we're going on any angle.
You
You can see
the
the
stairs.
side
Right there. You can see the side of the thing.
Yeah.
There you go. Right there. There's the wall. Okay, there's high-tech box fan sitting there.
So it's like a Ferris wheel? The way
Yeah, actually.
the way they
Yeah,
designed
a little
it.
bit.
You have to London iPods just
Remember to duck.
Ducks your head. That's not a door.
We're getting there. There it is. Ka-chunk. It's the ka-chunks that make me nervous.
Oh, so you more. Oh, it's a door. Go ahead.
Come on up.
Watch your head. Duck, duck. Ooh.
Elevator, please. City's on your left, rivers on your right. Welcome to the top.
Thank you. Whoa.
All the way up, please. Once again, city's on your left, rivers on your right.
Oh my god.
Whoa. That is crazy.
City's on your left, city on my right.
That's where we went entrance. That's a nice view.
I like how you can look straight down. The car is still there.
Yeah. Here's the boat and here's our car.
This is pretty wide here, but it is just it's almost
It's so cool.
blocks off.
I like how you can look straight down in here. We need to get back up to the Willis Tower. They got that thing that extends out.
Yeah.
You can
The glass
walk out
thing.
on it, yeah. Mississippi River. I forget the name of it. What are you taping?
Videoing. I'm in the top of the Gateway Arch in St. Louis, Missouri.
The view is so awesome.